It's alive! It's alive!
Preview! Frankenstein! Ah. God damn that mask is suffocating. Holy fuck. Anyway, hello and welcome to our live stream review of the newest Netflix masterpiece by Guillermo del Toro, his adaptation of the classic story Frankenstein. But anyway, you know who you all are, you know the routine, expectations, and unmute yourselves. Freeform.
Yay!
I think you should go first because you're hosting.
I would definitely. This was easily one of my most anticipated of the year. Probably like top 5. Just because, I mean, not only do I love the story of Frankenstein, I love Guillermo del Toro. I mean, come on, like Hellboy, Shape of Water, Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, his adaptation of Pinocchio. What's that?
Kronos. That was his first major film.
Yeah, Kronos, yep.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it's very good.
That's classic.
Okay, I will add it to the list. But from the moment I saw the trailer and I heard that he was doing this, I had 2 thoughts. 1, this is going to be great. And 2, please be a better attempt at faithfully adapting the story than what Kenneth Branagh did. I'm sure you guys would agree with everything I've said.
Guillermo del Toro definitely didn't have his revenge, but he definitely did avenge Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for my expectations, while I'm not necessarily the biggest Frankenstein kind of person, it's like I haven't read the book or anything, but I've seen, of course, the original Boris Karloff classic. I unfortunately had to watch the 94 film with these guys.
Yeah, me too.
You know, that was honestly my first time watching that one, and the less said about that, the better. But I honestly had all of the faith in the world for Guillermo del Toro. Like, I love Pan's Labyrinth. Both Hellboy movies are a lot of fun, you know. Shape of Water is great, you know. His rendition of Pinocchio was amazing, you know. Yeah, so I had all the faith in the world for him, you know, and I was excited for this one. So
my expectations were kind of medium. I didn't watch a trailer for it. I saw some posters. I did hear that this was like a passion project. So I was excited to finally see the movie, and it just blew me away without having any high expectations. I had a fun time watching this movie, and can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I had very high expectations. As I agree with Devin, you know, I love Del Toro. I love his films. I like the story of Frankenstein. It's a very intriguing one. And I've seen the first 3 Universal films. I've seen Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And then I've seen Curse of Frankenstein, the Hammer version. So I like the story. I think I did read the book in high school. I don't know if I ever finished it because it's along with Bram Stoker's Dracula, it's a very, very hard read because of older language, the prose and all that. So it's a very hard read. So I don't know if I ever finished it. I tried, I wanted to read it, but it's a very difficult read. But from what I know about it, yeah.
When you watch it, listen to it on Spotify.
But I was still overall very excited. As Rome said, this was a passion project of his, so obviously, he's going to put even more of his all into it. So I was very excited about that. But then I heard like when like a couple months back, it's like, oh, it's kind of mixed. It's not. It's kind of messy. It's not great. I will say that lowered my expectations a little bit, but that was probably a good thing because then I was able to appreciate it even more so. But obviously, we'll get into that soon. But I think all the critics of this movie that say it's mixed or messy, they can go jump off a bridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. To those critics.
Damn. All right.
Suck it.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't go that far.
No, we don't wish death upon people in this household. These are all
No,
jokes.
we don't.
We're not.
No.
We're just joking. That's all.
In wrestling terms, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Mhm.
No.
Yep.
You've just made the list. Anyway,
You just
see,
made the list.
I can do wrestling references. Are you proud of me, Rob Storms? If you're watching.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Anyway.
I tried reading the book too, and I couldn't finish it. Just like what you said, it's really hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very very wordy, and it's written in like older English, and so I just every time I tried reading it, I just couldn't finish it. I do know the basic like how the story goes, but I've never read the full thing yet. I know eventually I have to.
I got
But
Wikipedia. Arvin.
yeah, Wikipedia is helpful too. Gives you the nice brief synopsis.
Oh,
Let's see. Yes, it is alive, Joey. And what's up? And New Frankenstein was fantastic. One of the best of the year so far. I wish I got to see this in theaters. And so far, it's my number 4 favorite movie of the year so far. And so, with that being said, let's go into positives. What do we love about this movie? Besides everything, because that's kind of how I feel.
I just think it's the visual. It's the visuals, the color, just the practical, the practical stage. You know, just everything being made and just the look of the movie is just so beautiful. Very gothic, beautiful.
I'm happy. Yeah, the visuals were definitely amazing. I love how like Guillermo del Toro said, like I didn't want to use any AI. I didn't want to use any like green screen. Like I want all the sets to be built.
Yeah.
And you can tell like if this does get any Oscar nominations, I hope it gets at least a nomination for best production design.
Absolutely.
There's so much like
I mean,
you can
honestly, I could
tell-
probably see it winning best production design.
Same here. Because these sets are like hand built.
Right. They made
Exactly.
that clear in the movies too. And in the movie, they made it very clear. You see them walking in long hallways, see just a big visual laboratory and stuff like that.
Like the big tower and the laboratory, you know.
And I thought all the acting all around was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I absolutely loved Jacob Elordi as the monster.
Who knew he could act?
Right?
Yeah.
He's a
Exactly.
good actor.
Yeah.
He was
I didn't
really
know
good at
much-
Priscilla.
I didn't know much about him, so for me, this was the first time I got a chance to see his acting ability.
Yeah.
Great
But
performance.
I will say, I don't. Are we even gonna have a negatives category or a mixed category?
I got one negative about this movie,
Okay.
but
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
But
We'll get to that later.
for
Yeah.
me, it's just like I was watching this movie, and usually I multitask when I watch a movie. Not because like the movie's bad or anything. It's just what I do. I check messages. I look at my phone. Maybe I know that's that probably makes Martin Scorsese mad, but like that's just what I do. Like I just multitask. It's just like, especially if it's like a breezy kind of action movie. Like I was just recently watching Play Dirty earlier today, and that's what I was doing. Not a bad movie. Actually, it's surprisingly very good. But that's just what I do. But even then, like I felt like if I went on my phone, I felt like this was one of the few times where it felt like disrespectful to do so. So every time someone would message me or something, I would pause the movie. So it took me a long time to watch the movie because I kept pausing it because I had to go eat, I had to help people like around the house and all that stuff. So, and I wanted to give it my full undivided attention as movies should, but YouTube shorts have ruined my brain. So, I'm trying my best to get away from that, but the internet fucks with your head, short attention spans and all that. But it pretty much, it's just like this is just the level of filmmaking we should be getting on a consistent basis, but don't, because now Hollywood's a
Studio.
business instead of like a freedom of
Studios.
expression. So I agree that what Devin was saying, the acting from everyone, that's usually where I start, is the acting. I thought everyone did an absolutely tremendous job. I loved Oscar Isaac's portrayal, how it was a little bit more on the nose of like Victor being the monster kind of thing, which isn't bad. I think that worked, but I'll get why
Right.
it worked much later. But like I loved how like he didn't really like totally start off that way. He was still like
Egotistical.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like, but then as like time goes on and like when he's making it and he's the creatures there, like it just goes further and further down. Like the way that Victor treats the creature in this was just so unabashedly heartbreaking, and this is definitely the most heartbreaking adaptations I've seen. I haven't seen many. I mean, I've seen a couple. I've seen all the major ones, but for me, it just like it felt it was just so sad. It's just like there obviously there is sympathy for the monster. There's always sympathy for the monster. But this just brought it to a whole other level that I didn't think could be achieved, but they did, and it worked. And Jacob Elordi, I think, did a magnificent job of like this downturn of like this, again, like the mind of a child that they kind of go with even earlier on the book. But the way that they did it here, it just like without like it's very hard to like to find that balance of like being unaware of the world like a child and like just like having this like as Elizabeth says in the film, like this pure, this untouched mind that views everything. I think Elordi did that very well. He was probably the one thing that I was majorly worried about with this, but he more than delivered an excellent performance. Speaking of Elizabeth, played by Mia Goth, she doesn't really have a huge role in this one. They definitely changed some things around there, but I didn't mind it. And I thought she did do a very good job. Like she was kind of the humbling presence that Frankenstein needed. And I think I've seen people say that she was a Mary Shelley insert character, which I could definitely see. But
Maybe?
I think what she did was very good. I liked the brother character. He was not in it for very long, but he was very good. Christoph Waltz. It's fucking Christoph Waltz. Of course, he's gonna fucking give like an award-worthy performance in every fuck. The man gave an award-worthy performance in fucking Horrible Bosses 2. Like the man can do anything at this point. Like Jesus Christ. Horrible. Well, not really. It's not a good movie, but he was great in it. Like I'll give them that. But so I mean, everyone did wonderful. You had David Bradley as the blind man. He did such a good job with his smaller role. And I liked Lars Mikkelsen. Yes, the brother of Mads Mikkelsen. He did an absolutely brilliant job as the captain. Like, again, even though he's a minor character, again, that's the great thing about how Del Toro does these characters, even for the smallest, teeniest, tiniest characters, they feel memorable to you, and he makes them memorable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely, definitely.
And then, of course, it's a Del Toro movie. Of course, the visuals are going to be absolutely and unabashedly brilliant. As Devin said, it doesn't have green screen. It doesn't have, there's no AI. There's no this. He's like, I want it to feel unique, especially when every like shot of this movie feels like it could be a painting on a wall, and that's where Del Toro has always thrived in his films. But you have that. And as production, costume design feeds into that as well. It's what I liked in terms of the story was that the core was there. Like the core, this is clearly the core of Mary Shelley's story, but with Del Toro's vibe. Like it's Del Toro's vision, and that's what I love. That's what I love. Like Bram Stoker's Dracula. That is the core of the story for the most part, but that is
Coppola's spin.
Francis Ford Coppola's vision. Like that is what I love to see.
Yeah, of course.
John Carpenter's The Thing. That is the core of Who Goes There / Frozen Hell with John Carpenter's vision. So that's what I love with certain adaptations. I don't mind like a note for note adaptation, like for like a mini series or something like that. But it's like there's clearly like I would prefer to see a vision of someone and how they interpret the material than just like doing it note for note. Like Watchmen is another interesting one. Maybe not the best film ever, but that's clearly the like Zack Snyder's vision of Watchmen. It's not exactly note for note. That would have been nice to see, but that is his interpretation.
I would add Robert Eggers' Nosferatu from last year.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
As well.
Yeah.
And they actually tried to attempt to actually, I think the most faithful adaptation of the book was a 2004 miniseries on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, I mean that's usually how it is. It's usually like TV movies adaptations that don't have like a vision behind it. They don't really get like a visionary filmmaker. They just get a guy who can direct TV. So that's like, all right, let's just do it note for note. So if you want like a true adaptation, that's what you do.
You also said this. You also said this in the group chat, John, and I cannot agree more. Like I think it's nice getting a Frankenstein that's basically a scumbag. Kind of like the way that Peter Cushing portrayed him.
Exactly. I really like that. How he literally fucking killed people for his experiments. Obviously, it's how Oscar Isaac plays it is very, very different. But I think they managed to do that very well. And I did want to note that with the story. And what I was noting with that, like why it works, is because this is melodrama done right. Now, a lot of people. Now, melodrama is a very hard thing to do because God knows Kenneth Branagh couldn't fucking do it. And melodrama is a very hard thing to get right because melodrama usually is seen as a bad thing, but that's just a way of showcasing your story, your vision, because melodrama is very theatrical. It's very over exaggerated. That's what this movie is. It's very theatrical. A lot of people are like, oh, this is too in your face, blah, blah, blah. But that's the point. It's a very over the top theatrical production because it's mirroring the time and how they would actually like portray art at that point, which was theater. So this is pretty much like whenever, like maybe people, and it's, there's tastes for everybody, but when I was watching at first, I was like, it's very interesting how they do this. But I'm like, oh, no, he's doing melodrama. He's doing it in this very over exaggerated, and that's why I don't mind that. Like they go over the top. It's very ridiculous, but it works because that's the intention behind it. That's what Del Toro's trying to do. He's giving us this like over exaggerated tone to fit in with the setting of the story. So that's why I think a lot of these performances work. A lot of these like more over the top things that wouldn't work under either another filmmaker or in a different story, but they work here. It's like, for lack of a better expression, lightning in a bottle. So, I think it really works because I think Del Toro did a magnificent job in that respect.
And
Okay.
Joey brought up a great point. Like
The relationship with the blind man. Oh yeah,
That was great.
That was a great one.
It's sad too.
And it was really tragic at the end too. So
Yeah.
that scene was one of the few good things in the Bonner version.
Yeah.
They killed Flinch.
They killed the first Doctor.
Which
again.
the blind man, the actor was David Bradley. Who
Yeah.
Yeah, David
He
Bradley.
was Filch, the caretaker
Filch,
from
the
Harry
caretaker
Potter.
in Harry Potter, and he played the first Doctor in Twice Upon a Time, and then the real life William Hartnell in Adventure in Space and Time.
Yeah, but just going by with what you guys said, like everything was just outstanding. Like from the acting from everybody. Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, Jacob. What was his last name again? Elordi. Yeah. They all do fantastic jobs. Production design. Honestly, not only could I see it getting an Oscar nomination, I could probably see it winning. I don't know.
Wicked Part 2 might have.
I'm trying to think what else would compete. What else would compete this year for production design?
Wicked Part
Maybe
2.
Wicked for good.
Yeah, Wicked Part 2. Yeah.
Maybe Avatar?
No.
Or that would be like visual effects.
I think that would definitely be visual effects. That would definitely, because honestly, production design for
maybe
Avatar,
Sinners.
I'm thinking that's the complete opposite of. That's going to be the opposite of. Oh yeah, that could be a good one.
Sinners might be another one.
But the thing is, I could see it getting a lot of Oscar nominations for production, and I could also see it getting Oscars for like other things, because I know that I've actually been reading like different journal articles, and I know that there's these two guys that I watch, Oscar experts. They do predictions like on what they think will be nominated, things like that. It seems like it's getting a lot of buzz for a lot of nominations, including Best Picture. I'll just say that right now. So
it should be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. People are wanting Jacob Elordi to be nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, I think it's deserving.
His performance was just.
I could see Oscar Isaac getting a Best Actor nomination. So there's.
And I think one of my favorite things about this movie.
Oh, sorry.
I think I want to say this. I think one of my favorite things about this movie is, despite the fact that the movie is 2.5 hours, it doesn't feel like it at all.
And neither did I. I didn't feel the runtime. So
same here.
It was.
It moved pretty fast.
It did, yeah. Exactly. There was not one moment where I was bored. I mean, I won't lie. I did have to cut the movie because I started watching it half of it last night, and then I was like really tired because I just had a long day yesterday. So, but I did pick it up as soon as I woke up this morning. Then watch the second half, and I was just kind of thing. But I mean, But there was that. I do like how it focuses on the. Like, I mean, yeah, there's no green screen or AI or no. There's a little bit of CGI, mainly with the wolves.
And your Wi-Fi's messing up again.
Oh, sorry. How am I now?
You're good.
Okay. But anyway, I was saying I agree that there was no green screen or AI. There was a little bit of CGI with like the wolves, but I think that was about, yeah, but it was just like, and I do like how it focuses on, even though I haven't read the book, I'm at least familiar with the story, where it explores more onto the monster's, humanity kind of thing, and that's something that like a lot of the adaptations, whether they're faithful or not, pretty much focus on. They focus on the humanity of the creature. and I do really appreciate that.
Yeah, it says something. Yeah, it definitely says something where the monster is more human than Victor.
Exactly.
I'm pretty
that
sure
was
that's
part
the
of
point, though.
That was
That is the point.
that is the point. Yeah.
Because I love how like,
it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast, where it seems like the Beast was actually got the guy who looks like the hero kind of thing. It's like
Right.
the
Gaston was the monster.
Victor is the monster.
Yeah.
I was thinking the father and the bastard son that just doesn't want to see the sun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love how
when the
like,
dad goes out for smokes and never comes back, I didn't imagine it'd be like this.
Because like what a lot of the adaptations like do get right is like, sure, yeah, Victor had like an idea, to bring this monster to life. He never thought about the consequences of his actions. He didn't know, like he just automatically expected this creature to be beautiful. He expected to know all these things. He didn't teach it right from wrong.
I love how there was the scene where it's like, give me another word other than Victor. And even when he does, he's like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm leaving.
Yep.
But even then, he kind of realizes too late, and then he gets a consequence for his action. He loses his leg, and I really liked that. I thought that was a very good thing. Like, it's just like there's so many like visually striking things in this movie, not just from like the production design. We talked about that. The production design, obviously, it's made, but I mean like from showing, not telling. This is very much even though there is the over exaggeration, like there's a lot of like lines that are like, okay, where it's like, all right, Prometheus, calm down with your fire. It's like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Funny,
right.
Cute.
I am Ozymandias.
They doing the Ozymandias poem, that was a nice touch. So I think, but there's a good balance. Like they do explain a lot of things, but then at the same time, it's not like telling, not showing. It's just like explaining different aspects of different things. But then there's a lot of like mannerisms and body language that is performed here that is very, very good. It kind of, the scenes in the snow definitely reminded me of The Revenant, where it's like kind of that wide angle lens. And this is a much better movie. But I really liked that. Cinematography, obviously, that's another exceptional.
One thing I really liked was you got Victor's perspective the first hour, and the last hour is the creature. So you got a chance to see their different perspective of different things, which I really love. You didn't have one narrative; you had two narratives.
Oh yeah.
I also like how they did manage to get for the I don't know if it's the most accurate, but it's definitely probably the closest to the book, because in the book, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'll say it anyway just in case. So the monster in the book he's a very long creature, so they do try to get that as best they can without like creating like an animatronic monster with Jacob Elordi, who is a very long individual, and I think they probably used some prosthetics to lengthen his stuff, or it was like visual camera tricks. But in the book, he's he's described as grotesquely beautiful, because his horrible appearance doesn't come from like scars or gross things. I think it kind of sort of is, but like the way he looks is not average. It's beyond average, but it's not like beautiful as like how we categorize as beautiful. It's beautiful in the way of like it's too perfect. So there's that as well. And I think he has like a yellow hue to him, because I think his body had jaundice or something, I believe.
I believe so.
So he was like yellow, and they do eventually get the long hair much later on in the film, so I liked that as well. I will say it does look a little bit too wig-ish. Nitpick, it's fine. But I'm like, I noticed like the curls in the hair. I'm like, I feel like the hair should be like kind of greasier, slacked back, kind of grosser looking. But that's neither here nor there, and it still looks really good. And I like, I like how they're going with the trench coat. And another thing I really liked about this movie, and a lot of people, it can go either way, but for me, what I also view, it's not just Del Toro's vision of Mary Shelley's themes of the novel, but how I also view it, it is a more succinct version of the novel. It cuts out the fat, it delivers what it's trying to say in a more digestible time, like 2.5 hours reading a book. Well, it depends on how good you are of a reader, but usually it doesn't usually only take 2.5 hours to read a book. But it's a digestible time and it's more succinct. It cuts out most of the characters, cuts out the fat, cuts out some of unnecessary story beats, and it just hits the ground running, and it just goes and it tells not a basic story, because this does have a lot of depth to it. There's more to it than just like man creates monster, man gets rid of monster, man moves on type of thing while monster still lives. It's more than that. But what I think, it just takes the basic essentials with the proper amounts of depth, the proper ideas, the proper concepts and themes, but it just takes that, cuts out everything that's not necessary for a movie-going audience, and creates that. And I think that was also really good, and what makes people think that this is a very well done adaptation in terms of adaptation's sake, because it's very succinct with its storytelling, and which I also very, very much appreciated. And I'm not saying like, oh, this is for the dumbasses who can't read. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I feel like that was a very interesting way to do it, and really did that properly, and I really liked that as well.
The other thing I'll add was just Oscar Isaac, who makes you want to hate him. So everything he's doing in this movie is just trying to get you to not like him and not root for him, which I really liked as well.
And I really like that kind of angle with Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I really do like that little angle where he's just like being like an asshole kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Especially the scenes where like how he treats Frankenstein, like John mentioned, where like the scene where he has him like in the chains and he's just beating him, wants to see his leg, and he doesn't want to give him his leg. That whole scene, you just see like an abusive father just beating up their son for no good reason.
By the way, speaking of assholes in the movie, Charles Dance, he does a great job. It seems like he's always playing like the abusive piece of shit father, and like
Charles Dance,
great. Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, I almost
Tywin Lannister, exactly.
Yep.
And I didn't know this
awesome
until literally like 2 seconds before we started. Apparently, and this makes so much more fucking sense, but apparently Mia Goth played Victor's mother too. Like they put some prosthetics on. I didn't know that until like I'm like, that fucking makes so much more sense. But
they also gave her eyebrows.
Yeah, that's probably why she was so fucking unrecognizable. Mia Goth's
exactly.
Eyebrows, totally different person. And it adds to the whole fucking argument. Clark Kent with glasses and Superman without. I'm just fucking saying. People say, oh, I would definitely see. No, you fucking wouldn't. No, you fucking wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. You act like you would, but you won't. I'm just saying, I'm sick of, because my dad is like one of those people like, oh, I'd be able to check. Would you? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Nincompoop! Must I hold your hand?
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway.
I guess the score as well. The score is really good in this too. Just the
score is very good.
It really helped a lot of the big moments in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Score was exceptional as well, but that's Alexander Desplat, so that's gonna.
The other thing I want to mention is just the opening of the movie, where how it grabs your attention right away. You got this creature chasing after this person. You got the creature just ripping people apart just to get to Victor. It's a really great opening to get audience to really just get their attention and just get glued to watching this movie.
For the most part, the beginning is actually pretty close to the book, where where it has the guys like going on a quest to the North Pole. They meet Victor. Victor tells them the story of his life,
Right.
and then the monster comes in. It's like it comes in and says, "All right, he told you his side of the story. Let me tell you mine."
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's how it goes in the book, where like they call him, like he hides in like that family's home. They call him like the spirit of the forest. He
Right.
builds a bomb with a blind man, and
Yeah.
when the family like sees him, he immediately get scared and they chase him off. That's when the monster becomes evil and angry. It wants to get revenge on Victor. And yes, don't worry. I will say the line eventually, just not yet.
And I also like what I love about this movie. Spoiler alert, but this is a spoiler discussion. Wait, sorry,
It's in the title.
Spoiler discussion. But I really like.
Let me
what
fix
I
it.
loved is the aspect that like the monster does meet Victor before he dies, and I love how at the end of the story, like it's a brighter and happier ending of two people realizing their wrongs and ultimately forgiving each other, and Victor accepting him as his son,
Right.
and Adam, the creature, like accepting that he didn't ask to be born, but he understands what Victor went through, and he's like, say my name the way you said it in the beginning before the world like burdened you with its existence. And like the way he goes off into the sunset, like accepting that he's more than nothing, was a very beautiful way to end the story, and a very, very heartfelt, and maybe not the sweetest ending. It's still a little bit bitter, but it's
a great payoff after watching this movie.
It definitely it feels earned. Like it feels like it earned. It's not just doing a happy ending for the sake of a happy ending. It feels justly earned, and I very much appreciated that.
Like the final is the shot alone of the monster like looking at the sun.
Yeah.
Like ooh, perfect. Perfection.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But any other positives we want to mention?
The rest of the movie,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But who said like they had like which one said they had a negative?
Yeah, I had a negative, but I think the only negative I had was just the creature being too sympathetic. Like he was very like when he like in the book, he kills like Victor's people. He kills a lot of Victor's like who he cares about, like a Lady Elizabeth, and just to get to Victor. Where in this, everything felt like self-defense. He wasn't like I'm being the monster that he's being out to be. That's the only thing I could say was a negative. He was too sympathetic.
I could see that.
I guess you could say I guess you could say I have like one nitpick. You don't see Mia Goth's tits.
Yeah, the one movie where you don't see Mia Goth's boobies.
I
actually texted that to my coworker because she has joked about Mia Goth. She's like, I don't know when she said this. She said this a long time ago, but she was like, I swear to God, I have seen Mia Goth's tits more than my own tits. And that always makes me laugh. And I texted her, I'm like, I just finished the movie. I was in the middle of the credits, and I was like, Mia Goth's boobs do not make an appearance in the movie. She's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, watch the movie.
There was a scene where she's walking down to go see the creature, and she's like wearing this half naked kind of gown. You kind of like see through,
but you don't.
But you didn't
really
see
anything major.
That's what I thought. Oh, this is the scene we're gonna see your titties, but nope.
She decided nope for Del Toro. He doesn't get the boobies.
No.
But I will say, if anything, this is not a negative. This is more of a mixed thing. Is that maybe it's a tiny bit slow, maybe in the middle, make the tiniest bit slow, and maybe the ending is a tiny bit rushed. Like, I wish there was a little bit more, maybe like 5 minutes, but like that is so like calling that a nitpick is like too much. Like, because like literally it's so fucking masterfully executed and so perfect that it's, to me, it's like not, it doesn't even like enter my mind when I think about it after the fact at this point. So it's not even a thing.
I would say maybe like the flashbacks with young Victor. I think you got too much of that, where you could have cut a little bit of that out and focus more on the like you mentioned, John, like just the towards the ending, how you felt like it was a little rushed. Maybe take a little bit of that flashback from the beginning and kind of add that, just take some of that runtime and add it to like the act 3 or something.
Gotcha.
That's just a nitpick. I really didn't care about the young Victor stuff. I thought it was pretty good. It kind of helped you build to what kind of character, what kind of person Victor was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of. I would have liked to see a little bit more of like the drama between Victor and the monster, like especially once the monster started talking. Like I would have liked to have heard him say the line like, "If you deny me of my wedding night, I'll be there with you on yours." Which, I mean, that kind of happened, but it wasn't his wedding.
That was the other thing I noticed with the change for it. I can add this as maybe a small negative, was Victor and Lady Elizabeth not really in love with each other, or like they were in the
I
book.
thought that was an interesting but good choice for the story.
Yeah.
He lusted after her, but
she hated him.
She's just not that into him. And it's also nice to see a Frankenstein adaptation, with less, incest.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Less dancing. Not a lot of dancing. I very much appreciated that.
Yeah. Fucking Kenneth Branagh, like Frank Darabont, like in that adaptation, he said, "It's the best script I ever wrote, but the worst movie I've ever saw." Because Kenneth Branagh is all like, "I need more scenes of me dancing. I need more scenes of me walking around without a shirt. I need more scenes of me making out with my sister. Don't you question me. I am Sir Kenneth Branagh, you heathen."
Pretty much. Which is a shame, because he is a great director. It's just that he just went way too crazy. Coppola should have directed that.
He could have been a really good Victor if he wasn't up his own ass.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Del Toro is not up his own ass.
Did you guys ever see that movie with Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy called Victor?
Oh, Victor Frankenstein. I've heard that was like fun, but not like great.
I haven't seen it.
Are you scratching your hump, Devin?
Basher, I got the brain.
I thought you were going to say what hump.
Come on.
You know what? Oh, by the way, what's another?
Wasn't your hump on the other side? What hump?
By the way, what's another good Frankenstein-like movie? Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's parody.
I know that's a parody.
Oh, absolutely.
Of it, but it's still it's still awesome.
Mm.
Oh yeah, another comedy classic.
You can't go wrong with Mel Brooks. You can't go wrong with Mel Brooks.
Or Gene Wilder.
What? The book?
No, it's put the candle back. Put
the
candle
back.
What was the lady's name? Every time they said her name, like the horse would go crazy.
No, the wolves. It was the wolves would howl. Ooh. I forget what her name was. But yeah, this might be my favorite. This might be my favorite Frankenstein adaptation. I don't know if it's the best. Bride is up there. Son of Frankenstein is up there, but this might be the best.
Yeah, this is my favorite modern version of
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
it's definitely my favorite. I don't know about best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might even say it's the best. I don't know.
I do because it's hard for me because I do love the original so much. But this would definitely be up there.
I mean, the
Like,
the original. Oh, sorry, go on. I was saying like the
I was
original. Oh, sorry. I was just
I was done.
the original Frankenstein, the Boris Karloff one. It will always be. It will always be a classic. It will always be a classic, even though it's not a good adaptation of the book. But
They don't adapt the book at all.
It still will be a classic. What?
If anything, it's Frankenstein in name only.
Yeah, pretty much. But I will say that this is probably my favorite adaptation because I'm having to go back between that and Bride. You know. But
Yeah,
this
you gotta
is
see
my-
Bride again.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch Bride. And speaking
do-
of Bride, pull up Joey's comment.
Yep. I do also love the Hammer version, Curse of Frankenstein.
Yeah, Curse
Yeah.
of Frankenstein's a lot of fun.
Chris, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I'll be seeing Bride.
are you guys gonna see The Bride next year?
No,
I am.
I am too.
Yeah, I am.
no,
Although
I'm not
I've
gonna
seen-
see. I'm not gonna see Maggie Gyllenhaal's Zack Snyder's The Bride.
It looks fun.
Joker and the Harley.
Yeah, honestly, like
Joker and
straight up,
Harley.
it's just
That's
like
what it
this is the
is.
closest you'll ever get to a Joker and Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
You get Frankenstein is hashtag damaged, guys. Let's go. Honka.
Looks like natural. It looks like natural born killers, but with Frankenstein monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. All right, that could be fun.
I think this would be a good way going forward now. I think instead of trying to do this whole like let's do a Universal Studios universe with like all the monsters, just hand out blank checks to directors who are very passionate about these characters and stories.
Pretty much.
Robert Eggers with Nosferatu,
Soon to
Del
be
Toro with
Werewolf as
Frankenstein.
well.
Yep, Werewolf. I mean, just hand out blank checks to any visionary director who has a passion project for these characters.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they should go with. Never mind trying to do a whole monster universe type thing. I think.
I mean, it would
this
be
is the best
nice.
way to go.
The fan in me, I would like to see like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman and that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I like
Yeah.
that kind of vibe. Like, because the thing is, I like if we're going by, let's say, Godzilla standards, I can appreciate and love Godzilla -1 just as much as Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Right.
There's room for both, and I can love both unabashedly for very different reasons. So that's all I say. I would like to see some of the like corny Universal like monster fests, but at the same time, I could also
Yeah.
appreciate and love stuff like Del Toro's like his masterful execution of this story. Just not whatever the fuck The Bride is going to be, because that just looks like trash. Also, fucking clean your
know.
lip. Like, Jesus Christ, just
Hmm?
just
Who,
clean
who,
your
me?
lip. No, the Bride, because she has the black stuff on her lips, and I'm like, just
Oh.
fucking wipe it off. It's not just. Ugh.
Yeah.
Also, let's not forget what James Gunn did with these characters with Creature Commandos, because hello, that's probably more fucked up than the incest in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Did anybody here watch Creature Commandos?
No.
Not yet.
I did.
Yeah, so Rome knows what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I'll just tell me how.
Necrophilia with extra steps.
I was gonna say just tell. I was gonna say just tell me how bad is it?
Victor fucks the bride of Frankenstein, and she's
Necrophilia.
very childlike because she's like an early like version where she's like naive and doesn't understand the world, and then like Frankenstein gets jealous and kills. Well, Frankenstein's monster kills the creator then because she was made for him, so he gets jealous and kills him.
Yeah.
I just thought of another Frankenstein-esque kind of movie. It's not really a Frankenstein movie, but it does have that little Frankenstein feel to it. And Devin will know what I'm talking about. Poor Things.
Oh yeah, the porn parody of Frankenstein. Yes.
Poor Things is awesome.
Hey, I love Poor Things.
I mean, I
Frankenweenie.
could just jerk off to Frankenstein XXX by Wood Rocket on Pornhub. So I think I'll just stick with that.
And you mentioned another one, Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Me too.
Oh my God, Devin
let me
likes
tell
a
you
Tim Burton
something.
movie? That's crazy.
While your parents are away, I am in charge.
By the way, John, in regards to what you said about Creature Commandos,
That's disturbing.
It's a good show, though. It's a lot of fun.
I'm with John on that
not
one.
doubting you.
It was again similar with Peacemaker season 2. It could have ended better, but overall, I think it was still a very good show.
I'm with John on that one. That was really good. I mean, the Bride was a lot of the characters. Like the Bride was really good. Weasel.
I mean, Alan Tudyk is always a
Alan
win,
Tudyk,
no matter what.
Oh yeah.
So, do we have more to say about the masterwork that was presented to us, gentlemen?
Do you want to get into final verdicts?
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and do our final verdict.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, I will. So, in conclusion, Guillermo del Toro, you beautiful, beautiful bastard, you deliver another banger. I'll surprise you absolutely nobody. We got one of the greatest adaptations of the story. To me, everything about this movie was perfect, from the acting to the story to the characters to the absolutely stunning visuals. And the changes they made to the story, for the most part, I actually didn't mind. This is an example, like last year with Nosferatu. This is a passion project, completely like coming around full circle, and you can see all the love on screen. I actually watched it again before we started the stream, because I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm putting this on again, and I did, and I loved it even more. Expect to see this in my favorite movies of the year list. Placement, who knows? But it will more likely make the top 10. And speaking of 10s, this is also a 10. Give it a watch.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I fully agree with everything that was said. This was obviously a passion project for Del Toro. I think he did a marvelous job with this. Pretty much everything is top tier. It is perfection. It is all the acting, production design, effects, story beats, themes, concepts, brilliant. It's in touch with Mary Shelley's original story, but at the same time, he does his own thing with it to make it feel fresh and new. And I love the power of forgiveness being a prominent theme throughout most of the movie. And yeah, just like I can't imagine, like I was watching this and I'm like trying to figure out something truly wrong with it, and I just couldn't. So with that, I must also give it a 10 out of 10.
Well, these guys have all pretty much said it best. Like, this movie is just outstanding from beginning to end, you know, like everything from like the acting, the production, the story, the characters, just everything is just so top tier for me. So this is and like I said, this is pretty much tied with Bride of Frankenstein as like my favorite Frankenstein movie, period. So this is I'm definitely going to give this a watch in the near future. And yes, this is going to be among, just like with Devin, this will be among my top 10. In fact, I want to say that this actually might be my new favorite horror movie. I don't know if it would be, I think it kind of counts as like horror-esque, you know. I don't know. But if that's the case, then this would be this pretty much has dethroned Weapons as my favorite horror film of the year. So you definitely need to give this a watch. So if you have Netflix, you clearly have no excuse. So, and with that, I will pretty much join the 10 out of 10 jerk off circle with these guys and give it a 10 out of 10.
So this is a movie, a prime example of why movies should be in theaters. I really wish I saw this in theaters if it was playing somewhere where I live, because it's pure cinema at its best. I mean, for a while I didn't think we were gonna get any more great or good movies, and then Del Toro drops a banger like this one. And if you have Netflix, which most people do, go watch this on Netflix. But if there's a way you can see it in theaters somehow, go watch this in theaters. I think watching it in theaters is a perfect way to really watch this movie. It's just a beautiful spectacle, great performances. There's really nothing bad I can say about this movie besides go watch it. My score is a 9 out of 10.
Alrighty. And Mark,
Cinema.
and Mark was not here to join us, but he was lucky to have seen the movie in theaters, and he also gives it. He gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, so I'm just putting his rating down as a 10 out of 10. Like, he also loved the movie.
Nice.
And got Joey. Joey also, he gave it a 10 out of 10. I know this is off topic, but I saw the new Jennifer Lawrence movie today, Die My Love. It was a good movie. Can we please stop bringing kids to an R-rated movie? At least the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the R-rated movie, but for the most part, yes.
And babies, like I always say, babies should be banned from movie theaters.
Yep.
Just like what John and I had to go through when we were watching our separate showtimes for Weapons, and someone always brought an infant.
Like, bruh.
And to those parents.
You, sir, are an imbecile, a mockery to sentient beings, a completely hopeless cause.
Yeah, I'll never forget watching Screevy, and the minute I heard a baby, this was me.
Gotta put all those clips in because we haven't been using them, so give all the clips. I mean, it's been a while since we've used a clip.
It's been a while.
Boom, there we go. There it is. All right, now we can move on.
All right.
But speaking of clips, well, yes. Do we recommend Frankenstein?
If you can still catch it in a theater, please go see it in the theater. I'm still kicking myself for not seeing it in the theater. I was just busy last month, and
it wasn't playing anywhere close to me.
It was. I mean,
I'm just gonna say this. Wait, Rob. I'm just gonna say this one thing, and then I'll let you talk. I'm just gonna say fucking this. Fuck Netflix, because fucking Greta Gerwig's inevitably awful adaptation of Chronicles of Narnia is going to get a 4-week run in a theater, yet this movie gets a limited release of a week at most. Fuck you, Netflix. Fuck Greta Gerwig. Because God knows she's gonna from all the news I've seen, she is gonna fucking ruin Chronicles of Narnia, and I am not seeing that fucking shit. So frankly, fuck you, Netflix. Fuck you, Greta Gerwig. Fuck your shitty movie. Mic drop. I don't know, but bullshit.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, Rob. Continue.
I was just gonna say, technically, the little art house theater that was playing that's playing near me, it was playing Frankenstein, but I guess I just didn't really have the time to be able to see it there. Plus I didn't feel like having to spend money out of pocket, because it's not an AMC theater, it's kind of thing, but.
But and John, to your to what you were saying earlier, I also got to play this, and this is also for the movie. That's an applause from all of us.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're an hour in, so hey, Rob, what are we reviewing next?
We are doing our. I know we kind of advertised this when we were supposed to do when we did the Black Phone 2 review, but next week I will But yes, next week will certainly be our double feature that we promised with Predator Badlands and The Running Man. I know we did promise it was supposed to be this week, but we didn't know that The Running Man was delayed, so that was kind of on us.
So, if he is available, Austin will be hosting that, and it will be a double feature. So get stoked for that.
It's Schwarzenegger Lesathon.
I didn't want to reveal the title until we did it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, now everybody knows.
Get to the chopper.
Get into the chopper.
Put that cookie down.
Sub-Zero. Oh, Plane Zero. Good old Arnold.
Oh yeah.
But that was our review of Del Toro's Frankenstein. To anyone, obviously Joey, who watched, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, support your local theaters, or watch good movies on streaming. And always remember, I will have revenge. Yes.
Once again, we brought light into the world. You're welcome, America.